Welcome to the Be Wise podcast. I'm your host, Chris Wright, where we talk politics, entertainment, sports, and social media. It's almost midnight. I was just about to go to bed. I was watching some last minute YouTube clips, see what I would talk about this week, this, that, and the other. It's been a long day. My Steelers lost to the Eagles. That's okay. Eagles played an amazing game. No excuses. Steelers just got dog dragged on that one. Anyway, so I saw this Stephen A. Smith video, and I couldn't believe my ears and my eyes. I'm like, what am I watching? And it seems to me that Stephen A. Smith is waking up. He's not woke. He's waking up. Stephen A. Smith is being red-pilled before our very eyes, and he doesn't even realize it. Or maybe he does realize it. But I guess it's just kind of good to see people who typically vote for liberal politics, liberal ideology, suddenly saying, oh my God. Now, to Stephen A. Smith's credit, he does go on the conservative talk shows. He's been a guest on Sean Hannity, Mark Levin. He will talk to them all. Will Cow. He's not afraid of the smoke, and he usually holds his own. But he'll also go on The View and debate those women there, etc. So I saw this video. I'm going to share that with you, and we're going to talk through it a little bit. But this is a revelation that I had myself as I was watching what was going on in Washington, as I was watching what was going on in our country. And you just either got to be brave and say, you know what? I reject that ideology. I reject that spirit from my people. I reject the Democratic Party, the liberal ideology, the liberalism, the wokeness. And I'm just going to speak my truth, I guess. I hate that term, speak my truth. But when I say speak my truth, I basically mean that. Stop hiding in a closet. Be honest. Don't be one way around your friends and family, those that support you, and then one way in the darkness of your home. If you don't support what the Democrats, what the liberals, what the woke mob is saying, then just come out and say it. Be honest to yourself. If you want to wear a MAGA hat, then wear a MAGA hat. If you support Donald Trump, then it's time that you just be honest and say it. This is where we are. Truth I think Cat Williams said on Club Shay Shay, all truths will come out in 2024. He was talking about Hollywood. He was talking about the music industry. He was talking about the entertainment industry. That also means that he's talking about politics. He's talking about people like you and I, that all truths will come out. There's no need to lie anymore. Just speak your truth. Be out. Come out of the closet. So we're going to watch this video. I think it's pretty incredible. It's eye-opening. And I think a lot of people are thinking just like Stephen A. Smith, just like me. And I'll just let him talk about it. Check it out.
Get into some politics before we get on out of here, as we've now entered the final month of Joe Biden's presidency. And for the sake of argument, it hasn't been a good one. The Democrats lost the White House, Senate, and House in the November election. Meanwhile, this week, FBI Director Christopher Wray announced plans to resign at the end of the Biden administration as President-elect Donald Trump takes office in January. The news comes amidst a bombshell report from the Justice Department that revealed the FBI had at least 26 confidential informants on the ground when the Capitol was stormed on January 6, 2021. The report says most of the informants engaged in illegal activity during the chaos. The Justice Department says only 3 of its 26 informants present had been instructed to observe potential domestic terrorist suspects on the day of the riot. The rest of the 23 appear to have gone to the Capitol on their own accord. Upon hearing news of the report, Vice President-elect J.D. Vance posted the following on X, quote, "For those keeping score at home, this was labeled a dangerous conspiracy theory months ago," end quote. So 23 folks for the FBI.
You would have been banned from social media platforms. Your YouTube videos would have been taken down. Your TikToks would have been removed, or the sound would have been taken off because you had spoke that language, that FBI informants were at J6, that FBI informants knew about J6. And now it's all coming out. I have friends who wouldn't even text it to me because they thought they were being watched. That's how crazy it is that we had to silence our voices because there was just certain truths that we couldn't tell that we knew.
We're in the crowd. And we're just finding that out. Didn't hear anything about that for the election. Didn't hear anything about that when the quote unquote insurrection was broached by Vice President Kamala Harris as the Democratic nominee, by President Biden before her, by Democrats in both the House and the Senate as they articulated the belief that Donald Trump was a danger to democracy and using this as a profound, illuminating bullet point to make that case. And now here we are yet again finding even more evidence to Donald Trump's claims when he articulated that the process is rigged, the Democrats are this or that, they're talking about us, but look at what they do. We don't know all the details. It's a report. Justice Department comes out with this. That's not my big issue. My big issue is that I'm really, really sick and tired of every time I turn around finding something else that the Democrats have lied about or downplayed or misrepresented along the way. Where's the $1.5 billion that was given to the Democratic Party?
$1.5 billion for Kamala Harris campaign, and she ends at $20 million in the hole, in debt. Where'd all the money go? Who's got it? Giving people, he's going to talk about this, but it was just wasted on Megan Thee Stallion and Oprah Winfrey and Beyonce and Al Sharpton, and it just, check it out.
Where is it? Where'd the money go?
Where's the money?
Why was Oprah given $2.5 million? Why was Al Sharpton's National Action Network given that much money? Before interviews, by the way. Why? I think it was $500K for the National Action Network. Why? I want to be clear. I don't have any problem with the National Action Network taking that money because they don't have a lot of money. I have more of a problem with Oprah taking $2.5 million when she's worth over $1 billion. But speaking to us as if her heart and soul was so immersed in supporting Kamala Harris. Well, then why didn't you do it for free?
Oh, Oprah didn't support Kamala Harris, not with her heart. She brought her on the show. Kamala talked a bunch of nonsense, talking about owning a Glock and all that stuff. And Oprah just had to go along with it because she was paid $2 million. And then said, I never received that money. Okay, you may not have received that money, but Harpo Productions did. Go ahead.
I'm just asking. I'm just asking these things because I think it's important. And I think that the time has arrived where we have to stop letting stuff go all the time, particularly when it comes to the left. I mean, I see Republicans like Megyn Kelly or Officer Tatum or Candace Owens or, the Sean Hannitys of the world. You know what I'm getting tired of? To the Democratic Party. You know what I'm getting really pissed off about? I'm getting really ticked off at every time they open their mouth about something pertaining to y'all, they seem right.
And all the people he mentioned are the clips that I show on my podcast. Megyn Kelly, Candace Owens, the Officer Tatum. I don't show like Sean Hannity. I'm not a big Sean Hannity fan. I talk to you about how The View is constantly lying. All these people. And now he's seeing, I watch these people all the time too. And I usually say they're full of it. They're full of shit. And now he's like, I'm embarrassed because they're right.
I would love to argue with Sean Hannity. How can I? Do you know what Sean Hannity used to do to me when I told him Kamala Harris had a chance? He'd laugh. Like literally, genuinely giggle. He'd go on TV and put on his straight face to y'all. You got to be concerned. This election could go either way. He laughed. He wasn't concerned about her. Before I called out Biden, he was calling Biden Sleepy Joe. What's percolating on social media today? Just go and look at it, y'all. Joe Biden is caught napping at an African summit in Angola for at least a full minute. They didn't say whether he was snoring or not. That's about all that was missing. But he was clearly asleep. I'm not going to pardon my son. I want to state for the record, I have no problem with him pardoning Hunter Biden. I had a problem with him trying to act like it was unjust what was being done in pursuit of getting after my son because they wanted to get to me. All you had to say was, I'm pardoning my son because he's my son. You couldn't just say that, though. You know why you couldn't say that, President Biden? Because you had been telling us it was the last thing that you were going to do. And why did you say that? Why did Karine Jean-Pierre, remember how she said he will absolutely not pardon his son? It's all over social media right now. They kept saying it. It's everywhere. How many times did the Democrats tell us no one's above the law? No one's above the law. No one's above the law. Nancy Pelosi, Hakeem Jeffries, Elizabeth Warren, who makes you feel like your soul is going to hell if you don't agree with her. Inconsistency after inconsistency after inconsistency. We can argue policies. We can argue politics all day long. But the Democrats worked really, really diligently to make the case that the right had a monopoly on insidious, evil tendencies, corrupt tendencies, duplicitous, hypocritical, untruthful tendencies. And every time they made those accusations, we turn around and find out that at least some of them are guilty of the same shit.
I got a friend of mine. It drives me crazy when my really, really, really smart intellectual friends, my associates, people who are smarter than I am, scholars, reach out to me and go, I just don't, and they almost feel like they're giving me a big hug because I need help. Because I just don't understand how you could vote for MAGA and Trump, and it just doesn't make any sense to me. Chris, please explain it. Make me understand, as if I need an intervention, because they're just the Republicans and the red and the MAGA is just so evil. And as he said, insidious. I love that word. But roll the clip.
I don't know about y'all, but I'm sick of all of it. I'm sick of all of it. They've actually made Donald Trump look like he was right instead of them.
He was.
Think about that. He didn't just get to raise his fist on election night as a victor. He's been raising it every night ever since for one different issue after another that he keeps winning because he keeps highlighting what they lied about. I'm sick of it. I have nothing to say. Enjoy y'all weekend. I got to get to Vegas for the Emirates Cup semifinals.
Where does Stephen A. go from here? Where does he go from here? I think he said he's an independent anyway, but I know he was going to vote for Kamala Harris. He really thought that Kamala Harris was going to win. He really thought she was going to win. And he also thought that she was the best solution for America. And he would go in these shows, these Sean Hannity shows, Mark Levin and all the other conservative shows, and actually debate them. He would go on Piers Morgan and debate them about why the right was wrong and the left was right. It's just, I love, and kudos to him for coming out and saying, you know what? It's not just that I'm wrong, but I'm pissed off about it. It's time we all get pissed off about it. If you vote Democrat, if you believe in liberal politics, if you're on the left, get pissed about it. No one's going to blame you. No one's going to blame you. That's all I got. I just wanted a quick show. I saw that. I needed to share it. I needed to get it out quickly while it's fresh. And see y'all next time. Peace.